Ladies and gentlemen, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. For whatever reason, it's become more of a common occurrence this year that with each larger title update we see for the game, we also get a series of unmentioned secret changes, or stealth changes as they're known, which are things that are in fact changed in-game, but they're not mentioned in the patch notes. And continuing that trend, earlier this week we had the 1.20 update go live, and in typical fashion, this update changed more than what it actually said it did. So today we're breaking down all the secret changes that I've either come across myself or seen mentioned over on social media. There's actually some pretty interesting changes this time around. So if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here, we are always covering the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and basically everything else regarding Call of Duty. So feel free to subscribe to stay up to date with all of that. Also, for the next week until May 6th, drops are actually enabled over on my Twitch stream, so if you do want to earn some free items in-game just by watching me play some games, that link is down below. Anyways, getting into these secret changes and other updates that the 1.20 patch introduced, it's always kind of weird, right? Because sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if a secret change is actually a change, or if it's just simply a bug that was made apparent because of the update. Since, that's also been a bit of a common trend in the past as well. But there were definitely a lot of things that went unmentioned in this update, like for instance, the vehicle icons on the map in Warzone now stand out much more than they did before. Previously, they had less of an opacity, I guess, they were a bit more transparent, but now the vehicles actually stand out a lot. The icons for the trucks and the SUVs and all the other vehicles are now a bright white, so you definitely won't miss them, and neither will the RPG that Timmy on the rooftop next to you has. I know we've all been there, but yeah, the vehicle icons did get a slight opacity increase. Then, another change that came to the game with the 1.20 update is the ability to drop weapons in Warzone, and this I really think is a huge addition. I'm honestly quite surprised it wasn't in the game when it launched, but now alongside money, ammo, and all that jazz, you can now drop a weapon that's in your hands too. You know, if you need to share with your teammates or just get rid of whatever you're holding. So that is definitely an awesome hidden change in my own opinion. There were also a few changes I want to bring up here briefly that were never addressed in the actual patch notes. However, Amos Hodge, who is the creative director over at Raven Software, did end up tweeting about a few changes they made to some gameplay mechanics that could certainly change things up all around. So initially, he said in Warzone, the timeout length of the trophy system, the shield turrets, and the deployable cover has been increased to 10 minutes. Plan accordingly. And this is definitely a big change, primarily when it comes to the trophy system. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the shield turret might be one of the least used things in all of Warzone. Personally, I just don't find it to be a big help in really any kind of common engagement you're gonna find yourself in, so I just don't mess around with that all that much. And I guess same deal with the deployable cover, it's just not something I'm going to go out of my way to use unless I'm in a dire situation and just so happen to have it in my inventory. But that said, the increase to the trophy system I think is a huge deal because that means using a vehicle with a trophy system on it is now even more viable for an even longer amount of time. So if you didn't know, you can put a trophy system on a vehicle, and then it can basically survive explosion after explosion because that trophy system will end up blocking it. And I can definitely see this playing into the aggressive meta now. Usually people dropping high kill gameplays will depend on those vehicles for quick rotations and clean exits after engaging. And this trophy system buff just adds an extra level of safety, and I guess also an extra level of confidence into that. So definitely a big change there. However, that is not the only hidden change that Amos brought to light, as he also said the shield turrets and the recon drone will no longer appear on the enemy radar. Oh, and we stopped spamming the kill feed with the player has left the game message. So yeah, these are admittedly smaller changes, but nonetheless they were never mentioned in the patch notes. The shield turret won't appear on the minimap now, nor will the recon drones, although once again, neither of those are super popular things I think. At least not from my experiences in game. I don't remember the last time I used either of them, so I don't think that'll have a huge impact on the game. Then the player leaving the game message is just a simple, but nonetheless appreciated, quality of life update to clean up the feed a little bit. Now, without a doubt, one of the biggest secret changes that has everyone talking is the introduction of a brand new secret item, known as the Red Access Card, which a lot of players are thinking is the key, literally the key, to the start of the massive Warzone Easter egg. So personally, I have not found this in a game yet, but I know plenty of other players have. And basically, from what it seems, this Red Access Card can drop from legendary crates, and as far as what it does, yeah, that's where the mystery begins. Because we have this Red Access Card, you can interact with it and pick it up, but you can't actually do anything with it, at least as of right now. It currently seems to be the most useless and also probably the rarest physical item in all of Warzone, but like I said, I think there is definitely a purpose here. Joel Emsley on Twitter actually replied with a gift to someone asking about it, which to me essentially implies that it is there for a reason and it is going to do something eventually, and I'd assume it's really just a matter of time. We know we are going to have some massive Easter egg eventually available to solve within the game. It's also been stated that live events will be a thing too, and I think myself and a lot of other players too believe that this all ties into that bunker mystery that's been going on since day one. You know, all over the map we do have the various bunkers. Most have keypads you can interact with, but you can't actually enter any codes. And maybe, just maybe, this Red Access Card can help you with that in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there's going to be other colored access cards. Maybe you need a certain number of them, who knows? But it does seem like the next step in solving the Easter egg is getting closer and closer. And of course, this is something I find a ton of interest in, so I'll be sure to keep you guys updated if and when anything new surfaces regarding it. Now, in addition to that, another major change that was implemented is actually a nerf to the cash in Warzone, as now it is a whole lot harder to come by via the stashes. Previously, I believe every single crate or stash would always drop at the bare minimum 500 cash. Honestly, I don't remember ever opening a crate and not seeing cash drop, but now there will be times where crates won't drop any cash whatsoever, and really, it's not a super rare thing. I went in to actually test this because I thought it was just a rumor, but I opened one chest and I found some cash. Whoop-de-doo, that's the usual. However, I opened another and I got nothing, and another, still no cash, another, a small amount of cash, so on and so forth. So now it is definitely a lot harder to get more cash just by looting stashes. So for underdog teams, that could pose a problem. For players who are trying to save up and buy back their teammates, that could also pose a problem. This certainly raises the degree of difficulty and, I guess, efficiency by a small amount, and I am quite curious to see what you guys think of this down in the comments below. Then, there were also a few quality of life fixes that were added in without mention, including a change to the color of armor when you have the maximum number of plates. So that of course would be 5 without the satchel or 8 with it, as now when you reach that max number, the number will change to an orangey yellow color instead of the white color it is when you have less than max. So nothing too crazy, but a new change nonetheless. They also changed the top banner on the main menu of Warzone. Previously it was just like the multiplayer one was, basically a one-for-one copy. But now it's got more of a topo-like design to it to make it stand out a little bit more. And while we are on the topic of the main menu for Warzone, you'll also probably notice they updated the look of each game mode there as well, as it's now orange instead of the previous blue. And you can individually turn squad fill on or off for each of the modes and playlists listed there. Then, one final secret change that was added in is the addition of the Dragon's Breath rounds, which are now also available on the VLK ROGUE shotgun. And that is per the new Caldera blueprint in the store, or you can just get 3 long shot kills in 3 different matches while using the Scout Optic class to unlock the attachment for free. So if you are feeling a little extra toxic, you can definitely make some people rage by using the Dragon's Breath rounds on the VLK ROGUE. Anyways, with all of that being said, those are some of the secret changes that were added into the game via the 1.20 update. By all means, if you know of any others, be sure to drop those down in the comments below. But for now, that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and everything in between, Feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on, that way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all Scuff, G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links can be found in the description below, and once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.